Wow. I love the slow-mo on the flipping of the discs.
Yeah, can we get a slow action shot of every single disc and every single team flip?
This is sometimes the most important shot of the round.
Gotta get a good hyzer on your flip. Hey, there's John and WT. There's Dan and Matt. There's Matt and Steve. There's Jared and Mark. There's me and Miles. I don't know what we're doing. This is the Disc Golf Video League, and this is the church round. I'm Andrew Ruth, sitting with my buddy John Leighers, the statesman of the church. What can you tell us about church, John?
There's our first barefoot player. First and only.
There goes the pickleball courts.
Gosh, he almost got out of the pickleball court.
Almost cleared it. Monroe's got a big booming sidearm. This is a great shot right here.
Wow, look at all that Annie.
Yeah, he puts that up, basically parked. There's my sidearm. It's a little early.
I think Dan's got further.
Yeah, I think so too. Miles bombed it too. Matt's crushing it.
We're gonna get to see our second round of shots also.
I don't know.
Because you have to take 2 off the first.
2 off the first is the rule. That's the church rule. I'm sure that's hopefully everybody's rule. Should just be official PDGA rules. Every tournament, 2 off the first. What do you think? Oh, we do get to see them all again. That second shot I threw boomed out there. Got pretty close.
I'm glad he was able to smash all these together so we could see them all. Wow, I think that might have been the best one.
We got a good putt there. Like 25 feet. We didn't get to see the pickleballers on the right side, but you got to be careful on this hole when there's pickleballers, man. You release one, early or hyzer it out, or there's a lot of ways you can go up there and hit a pickleballer. Ooh, Steve, 2 trees off the first.
Yeah.
Almost cleared that one.
Same exact shot.
Yeah. Oh, Jared showed up late, so we get the long view from him.
But he wore his Nico Lacastro pants.
Yes, he did. I mean, the floral pattern gets you some extra distance, I'm sure.
He drove it all the way to the next tee.
That was a boomer. Ooh, good bid from WT.
Ooh, that had to be Mark.
I think that's Mark. The nice sidearm bid. Yeah. Matt Hahn.
Come on, fellas. Where's the bird?
There's Miles. He sunk
There
my
it
drive.
is.
Good. Birdie putt. There's some excitement. Yeah, Montauk County boys got their little tap in. That's Matt Hawley and Daniel Monroe. Those guys. Monroe's shot there was obviously about 6 feet away from the basket. This is another fun hole 2. It's kind of weird. If you're trying to go over the top, it used to be a big thumber or Tommy throw.
But the trees have gotten a lot taller.
Yeah, now we're seeing these big, side. Like Miles threw it into the baseball field.
Miles was the only one that tried to go over the top, and that's what happens. If you try to
started
go over.
bleeding out trying to climb those. I didn't hit my gap. Got through some trees, but we should be up and down from there. It's real easy to hit those trees when you go through that gap, It really is a fun hole, though, because, you can really get it. If you got a big arm, you can go up over the top. If you got good accuracy, you can kind of go straight at it and just get right to the basket.
I feel like no one had a decent drive on this.
I don't think so, man. Miles almost did, but it went too far. But, yeah. We're showing what church is all about right now. Getting out here at 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
But there's a reason behind starting at 8. I mean, the reason we started doing it is because no one likes to wait for the people in front of them to finish, and no one likes to be hurried up by the people behind them.
So when I started playing church with John, there's Miles jumping over the fence. When I started playing, I think I started playing with you in the summertime, but it's like a 7:30 a.m. Tee off.
Sure.
So I, waking up at 6:30 in the morning, getting ready, getting out there. I was. My wife always made fun of me because nothing else can get me up that early. I think wintertime we do 9 a.m.
Sometimes.
But we got about, I'd say, 15 to 20 different guys that show up intermittently for church.
Right, usually 6 to 8 every day.
Yeah, at least 6 to 8. Recently it's been closer to 10, I feel like.
Yeah.
But 6 to 8 usually show up, but there's upwards of, maybe 20 guys that show up sometimes to play church.
Right.
John sends the text out, and whoever shows up, shows up. was a good
Monroe
shot.
really got a hold of one there.
Did. I got a hold of this one. I don't have a big
Look at it
arm.
go.
That's quite literally as far as I can throw it. Really, really far. It's about 350. That's as far as I can throw a disc. I cannot throw it farther than that. Miles does have a booming arm. He obviously overturned that a little bit, but it was a boomer.
Looks like he had plenty of spin.
Yeah, he's got a big arm, though. WT is fun to watch, man. Flings it. There is John right there, my partner in crime
Managed
here.
to get a good angle on this one.
This is kind of the fun part too. Is church. We have so many different kinds of skill levels at church.
And throwing styles.
And throwing styles. We got a lot of force flexes, hyzer flips.
I love those pants.
Those pants, man. That does he like get a stroke for that or?
I'm not going to comment.
Well, Steve's one of those guys too. He doesn't have the biggest arm of all the church guys, but I swear every round we play with him, he's going to have 2 to 3 shots a round where you're just like, bam, that's awesome. He's gonna throw one in from 80.
The wow shots.
Yeah, the wow shots. That was a big shot too. Nice.
Made us watch it for a while.
Yeah.
You should throw their team up on the board just for one hole.
It was a good up.
Oh yeah, these guys are playing through, right?
That's right.
There's Jared, Mr. Floral Pants himself. Oof.
Oh, side
What
of
a
the
shot.
basket.
That was a beautiful shot from 130, 140 out.
About that.
Yeah, great shot. Here's Matt Hahn. That looks good. Coming back. Gonna have a putt.
What?
And there's John.
Oh my gosh. It's
Good hyzer in there.
I thought it was going to drop in off that tree.
That's the one you want, because sometimes, especially if your partner puts it up close, you can just kind of run it. There's my partner, Miles.
Looks like he skipped past a little bit.
Mm-hmm. There's Matt Hawley. Matt Hawley has a booming arm, too. He ran it. Put it right there, too. He also told me I'm surprised I hit my putt on this one. Well, I guess that's a spoiler. There it is. Here I am. Surprised I hit it.
He also had to rescue a hawk out of his pond netting that he thought I was going to miss that.
I can't believe he said he thought you were going to miss it.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I forgot. Throw it anyway.
No, I hate to call the church rounds Raz rounds. They're not really Raz rounds, but we give each other some trouble out there.
They're not razzmans. I like the angle he got on this drive. Monroe with the no Mando on Sunday.
Yeah, no Mando Sundays.
Throw it over the ball field.
This is a Matt Hawley shot that he really got on top of. That is a beautiful
Just
shot.
crushes that forehand.
Angle was right. Power was right. Miles. He put a big power. Once again, it's turned over right a little bit. It's down there pretty far, but
It's fun to make the cameraman turn around, but it's better if he's
it's
going the right
weird
direction.
watching yourself throw. I don't get that experience very often.
We all do.
Wow, that guy's form was terrible. Yeah, not a great shot there. I hyzered it out. Matt Hahn putting a move on it.
No, that was me.
Oh, was that you?
I remember getting a hold of it pretty good.
It was a good rip. If you don't get your angle right on this hole, you wind up with another, 300 plus feet to the pin. So it's almost like 2 drives. If you get your angle right like this, you get up there and you're much closer. It's a lot easier shot to get up there. So even up there is great. Yeah, church rule going back a long time. No Mandos, no OB.
Makes it more fun for everyone.
Those are league rules, Smokey. There's a good shot too. Yeah, I mean this is a long hole, and that left placement. I think we're about 550. I'm not exactly sure how you
think
measure
it's
that,
right
'cause
around
you could- but
550.
right around 550. So, but you also got to go around that Mando. Usually got to go around the Mando. Sometimes at church we'll see some people go over the baseball field, but it's a long shot, and usually, especially if you don't get your angle right, you're looking at 2 drives because the next shot's uphill too. Man, look at that group of ruffians. Making our wives proud up here, John.
Really are. That is a great upshot from WT.
Really was. That was decent. Give himself a putt. Look at that drive from Matt Hawley. I mean, really just a great drive.
Almost to the sand.
Yeah, if you're up there in the sand, I mean, it's unreal.
No wonder he overthrew the upshot.
Yeah, right. He doesn't know his own power. Ooh, those ones sting. Kind of hear that wind ripping a little bit too. So, after the drives, we're just doing best shot of the two. So obviously, my putt wasn't very good on this. We always joke about putting on a clinic about how to lay up 25 footers for par.
We've always wanted to make the video.
We finally got a chance to show people how to miss putts to save your par.
Just aim for the lock.
Yeah. Now, I feel like this group of guys too. Like anyone can just get hot on any one of these days. They all have good arms, good consistency. Yeah, it was a little early for Matt.
A little left.
I love watching Monroe's kind of force flex shots. It faded out early, but he's down there. Should be up and down pretty easy.
WT barely runs up.
Yeah.
He takes like one step and throws and gets that far out there.
He really does get a lot of distance. Let's see. See, that thing just looks great. Look at that.
Managed to turn it a little.
If it held that line a little longer, it felt like it was going to go parked for a second. Matt Hahn's always fun to watch, too. He's got such a big arm, and he's such a good player. Now, this hole's easy to do that, though. And so sometimes when you're looking straight at it, it's like, you try, and if you overturn a little bit or hyzer it out a little bit.
Here's a good drive out of Steve.
Yeah, it was. That was overturned by my part.
Still turning.
Yeah, put a move on it over there. I mean, we're up and down from over there, but Miles really put some work on this. Look at this thing. It catches.
Just a low burner.
Fades out. He's actually about pin high over there. We got a nice little...
He got past the tree?
Yeah, he's about 35 feet out up there. Mark, Mr. Slingshot. I love watching him throw.
He has good form.
He does have good form, and he's got... Whenever I see him, it reminds me of like a rubber band or a slingshot. It just seems like it just whips it out of his hand. Oof. And sometimes you see good shots, and then those branches right there, they'll drop you out and make you putt for it, That's how you give your partner a green light right there,
How far away are they? Like 60 or 70?
WT right now?
No, us. Yeah.
Ooh, look at that shot from WT. What was that, 50 feet, 55?
Solid 50.
Man, that was awesome. There it is. Look at that beautiful putting.
Did you get big putted?
I did get big putted. I had to putt right after WT's awesome shot. And Miles nor I hit that. He was circle's edge, and we really didn't even put a run on it. I think Miles had a decent run at it, but over the top. But take the par, scrape it up. This is always a fun hole, nice and gettable. Different lines to get to it. You can go low. You can go high, right, high, or low left, low right, high right. There's a lot of ways to get to the pin here.
I've been trying to throw a skip shot at it lately.
Yeah.
Steve.
This was also a lot of fun just because, it's not really every day we got someone out there with of Kaper's skills following us around with a camera.
After a while, it was tough to remember to stay behind him.
It really was. This is a great hole for ace runs, too, Feels like we should see more than I feel like we do, but...
I think you're right. I think everyone played this hole really well this day.
I think you're right. That's that really nice low line. That's the shot.
That's what I'm trying to do.
He hit something down there. There's these little roots and little like groundhogs,
A lot of molehills.
Yeah, molehills. There you go. And we had a few of those hits today.
Looks like there's some whiskey going into Steve. That'll help things.
No, and Steve, that's some good whiskey too.
He usually has
Old
good
Forester
whiskey.
1910.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man's got good taste.
I don't know. I prefer rum in the morning.
Well, that's your aiming fluid.
Yep.
There is some science that shows it helps you aim better.
Absolutely. We'll find it.
Most experts do disagree.
Smooth release. Nice shot.
Matt Hunwood
Wow, he
has
got
yeah.
such a skip toward the
Yeah,
basket.
he's got such a smooth release, too. There goes Miles.
There was so much spin on the disc still when it hit the ground. It just...
Miles has a very strong trunk, a very strong core. It really gives him a lot of extra
I
distance.
wondered how long it was going to take before you started talking
Had it.
about his trunk.
That nice little hyzer. That was a great shot.
That really was.
He's parked. I thought my shot coming up here, I thought could have been closer, but it was not. It was quite a bit further away.
Well, does it have anything to do with the trunk?
It might be. He's got that extra accuracy, extra distance. It's definitely a benefit. It was,
That is a great shot.
signature right there. Signature. Mark Kustri. That is awesome.
Look at this one.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's it. We all thought that was going in for a moment.
Is Mark throwing a putter?
He must be.
He
throwing-
is. It's a
Of course
putter.
he is. Look at that shot, too. It's beautiful. Barefoot putter, cigarette in the shoe. Nice! There it is, Johnny. Attaboy. How old's that birdie?
Almost 30-year-old putter right there.
He's throwing a 30-year-old putter called a birdie, and he got the birdie.
Got the birdie.
Looks like we're going to watch all
Looks
of
like we're going
us.
to see a star frame.
Yeah, star frame right here. We will be taking money from charity for this one.
Charity begins at home.
Yes, that's right. Scraping up, nice birdies there from everyone. This would be a good time to mention the fact that Kaper is doing all this for us. He has the Disc Golf Video League that you need to check out. You need to subscribe. You need to follow on Instagram. It's Disc Golf Video League, DGVL. He's our friend. He's our buddy. He moved back from Colorado, and he's going to be making all these awesome videos. He's going to have a whole league that you can sign up and book. So please check it out. Follow it. You can get your crew on coverage. It's going to be awesome. Imagine it, watching your crew play disc golf, razzing each other. Just do it. Follow them, subscribe, sign up, do it.
So a few good shots on this hole so far.
Mm-hmm. That roll away was pretty brutal. He stays
it
up.
go.
Yeah. He stays up there, though. He's
just
safe up there, but
barely.
man. I could watch. Oh, that's good, too. Come on back.
Just
Look at
by
that
the
shot.
tree.
That's awesome. Here's one of the once you get up there, you really got to, get a little bit of luck to clear up there. You can get yourself a putt, close to the circle, but to get up there and really, get the easy birdie,
Feel like you have to skip through one of the gaps, almost.
both Miles and I threw some pretty bad shots on this one here. I'll keep spoiling the next shot.
Same one.
Yeah.
Wow, you both hit that same little tiny tree.
Hard to have that awesome upshot, though, without that trash drive.
Mark's got a good shot right here. Look at this thing go.
Yeah, it is. Look at that.
They've got a good look from back there.
Yeah, there's definitely, it's a really fun hole to throw because there's a lot of little, once you get up there, there's some holes that you got to hit and get through. Plus, you got to be careful on the right side. It's easy to turn something over, easy to go into the water on right, easy to go far.
This smooth approach,
that one
putting
felt
it
good.
right under the bucket.
It was not at all the line I was throwing, but it went through.
Good bid, Matt.
Matt does have a pier putt. He's fun to watch.
Oh, that's that look from Mark's.
Yeah, Mark's drive was great. Oh,
Oh, full commitment.
full commitment. You're not wrong.
Face in the mud. So star par on this one, I think.
Yep, the star par. Yeah, someone told me I hit a pier line. I did not. It got real lucky after. There's something really nice about hanging out in the morning. You hear the birds chirping, have a beer cracked by 9 o'clock a.m.
Yes, sir. There it is, baby.
Come on, big skip.
Let's go.
This is another really fun hole. Feels like all the pin positions are really gettable. It's deuceable. It's also bogable. You know, if you don't get off the tee clean, if you can really get off to the left or the right. And
one bush that they've left in the way on this one.
It's been there for a lot of years.
And a lot of discs end up hitting it. That's a little early out of Monroe.
There's one new pin position that's like far up there to the left that really kind of takes a lot of the get, at least for me.
It's not reachable.
Yeah, for us average Joes, we're not getting up there. In fact, I probably bogey that a lot more than I birdie it. But this placement right here is definitely birdieable, and people are gunning for it.
It's just a full hyzer with a skip toward the basket.
It really is.
Miles has a good move on this one.
He does.
Look at it. Look at that skip.
It just filters up there nice and slow. He's parked.
I think he was CTP.
That was a really bad shot by me. I'm trying to throw a force, like kind of a high force flex, and I just picked something not too understable. That was bad. I basically tried to do the same thing Jared did, but his was too early, so he kind of took a little off after watching my terrible shot.
Mark's got a good shot right
here.
here.
Yeah, he does. Look at that.
Look at that go.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit in the woods, but he'll have a look. A little high.
Just tickled him. We like to ignore some foot faults from time to time out here. I try to go through my whole routine there, really. Really feel the fluidity there for that 7-footer. Yeah, walking off, this placement in particular does feel good. It's I think one of the harder deuces on this hole. The pin placement, second hardest, I think. But walking off with a deuce feels good. I can speak for a lot of the church crew when I say that this is probably one of our favorite holes, one of the best holes in Columbia, in my humble opinion.
Not on that day.
Yeah, I didn't do.
You pulled yours over.
Yeah,
a little.
It's easy to do. That's the play right there. You drill that right tree. Yeah, I've never hit that one before.
Matt got around on it.
Yeah, he didn't quite get the flex he wanted, but that's going to be just fine. That's what you want. We play this as a par 4. I think is a par 4. I think it's a true par 4. You got to get clean through this gap right here.
Skip back into the fairway.
Yep,
I think he's in a good spot.
If you stay too far left, it gets real dicey. Get too far right, it gets real dicey. So you got to get through the initial gap.
I feel like I never see Matt Hahn miss this.
No. I've never seen Matt Hahn miss a shot ever. Oh, I love watching Mark throw barefoot. I wear shoes and don't throw as good as he does. There he goes. But see, that's the thing. It kind of, you filter off too far left, and that angle gets tough. And then it sits over there. There's over this valley, up on top of that hill. It's a really tough pin placement, but man, it's beautiful. Playing it as a par 4, I think it's truly an amazing hole. Miles put a great move on that. Really good up shot.
Squeaked through over the creek. There's just not a lot of room on any of the openings.
Ooh, he's showing both me and Miles a shot. We both put a real good move on that. Yeah. Miles excited about the birdie putt. You can kind of see how dicey it gets. Oh, Mark laid out for that one. Look at that. It's a legendary status.
What a great move.
Oh, we get the replay on this? Oh, no.
No, that was his frustration shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Right through that gap.
I mean, it's tough. That gap is small, and to get up there, like if you can peer it, sure. The 3 is definitely gettable, but it's hard. Look at that shot.
WT stayed up.
Laced it. I think that's a Matt Hawley drive right there. It was really beautiful.
That was where his drive was?
I think so, yeah. And Jared really throws a beautiful upshot here. I mean, just puts underneath the basket.
That was so touchy.
They were out of, they were shooting for their 3 right there, out of position, and really. So yeah, I think that was Matt and Dan there for their on their third shot. Hill. So this is the saving pars. Like there
Miles
it is.
drains it.
Miles drains it from the bottom of the hill.
Get
There
that
it
little
is.
heel
Nice.
click.
That's my partner. This was pretty funny because Matt put his in right there, but his partner didn't see that, so we were all walked off the pad. And he was yelling at Matt to come back.
And he stayed behind because he missed.
Yeah, Dan missed like a
putt.
7-footer or something, or 8-footer. Was yelling at Matt to come back. He was like, I already made it. This is another really gettable hole that
This is
is
a
frustrating
forehand-
when you don't
It's
get
a
it.
forehand skipper.
It really is. I liked my move on this. It was a little too much power.
Are you down there by that stump?
Yeah. So we're putting at it. I've definitely put too much power on it, but that's a good shot. But look at that. Oh yeah, you parked it.
Yeah,
Nice work,
got pretty
partner.
close.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, this is a fun hole. This is the ace run. Every pin position on this hole is an ace run.
I still want him to put the basket on top of that stump someday.
Yeah, someday they should do that. This is definitely a hole where, there's obstacles. It can be tough. If you play an OB, if you get to the creek, there's definitely a lot of challenge out there. But if you walk off this hole without the deuce, it does not feel like a par. It feels like you bogeyed it when you don't get the two.
It really does. Ooh,
And that's the run we're talking about. Come on.
little
Little
early.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely a common play, throwing that side arm. You want to take some off of it, and so it's really easy to just take too much off of it. That's the mistake that you see a lot of people make. Even that, is a great shot, but you just take a little off of it, and it, stops early, and you still got a little work to do with the putt.
not
Matt
the
Hahn.
That had to be outside the circle.
Yeah, that's 35 to 40. It was a great putt. That one felt good. Yep.
Just drained one.
Yeah, about 28, I think.
I
That
love
one-
the slow-mo.
That one felt nice. I was pretty excited. Hitting putts feels good. Everyone that plays disc golf knows that. Whether it's 20 feet or 35 feet or 60 feet, it doesn't matter. Sound of those chains feels good.
It really is about the sound.
Yeah, it really is. It wouldn't be the same if it was any other material, but that sound.
Oh, you got the close-up of the
Oh, there
church
it is.
tag.
Yeah.
Seemed
Ja-
to refocus things.
Hanging on my cart that day.
You've been holding on to that thing for a little while, haven't you?
Mark and I had it for 7 or 8
Ooh,
weeks.
we're just getting some shots here of Joe Douglas, the TD, throwing some big
He
boomers off of the
crushes.
hole. Yeah.
Look at this one. That first one wasn't good enough.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, that wasn't good enough. I'll throw another big boomer out
It didn't
there.
get over the trees.
So Joe Douglas has a nice little gallery, so he throws like 5 shots in for us here. Yeah, you can hear the frustration. Miles,
I thought he was going to throw it into
Miles,
the culvert.
I've seen Miles throw a 450-foot backhand, and that dude just whipped out, a 350-foot side arm, and now I'm just mad at him. Oh, this is really easy to do on this hole. You're trying to put a little flex on it, and if
So you go over a little too much.
it's really easy to do. This is another really great, just signature, in my opinion, Columbia hole. I just remember as a young disc golfer, it was like the goal was to get over the creek. That was a big deal, getting over the
really
creek.
was.
And it still is. We can do it more consistently now, but there's a right placement, middle placement, and a left placement, and all of them are fun. All of them are gettable. All of them are also very easily bogable.
Mark had a really good shot right there.
He really did. Yeah, he was just about a foot from getting over the top there. I say when the water's high enough, you can lose some disc in that little creek right there too. It's a
Easily.
little deep right there, especially if it's muddy.
Easy upshot.
Yep. That looked really good.
I thought that was going from where I was standing.
After playing that round and then sitting here watching this round right in front of me, I'm like, oh, maybe that goes in. It looked good. I thought I put a good move on that. Didn't quite go, but
You can run putts at this basket because it's the ground behind
Yep.
is higher.
It is a good, when you're down there to the left, it's a fun one to run because you don't have to worry too much about going too far.
Yeah.
This is why I'm an amateur. That's my partner working with me right there. Scraping up pars.
Making it interesting.
Yeah.
Madly obvious.
Maybe he's getting sponsored by Starbucks.
Yeah,
Miles, had a good move, but it's another tough hole. I love this hole. It's tough. I had this. I don't know if I thought I put a good move on that, and it just sunk. It was a little windy out there, but I was pretty happy with that drive, and then I hated it.
I've been hitting that tree a lot lately. I'm tired of it.
I dream about that tree. There you go.
WT
That's
had a great
so
shot.
good. Yeah, that's so
really
good. If you're
where you
up
wanna
there,
throw
you're
it.
looking right at it. It's up there to the left, and that's what Monroe just did right there is kind of an easy thing to do. That's definitely for the sidearm play. I do that all the time. Just turn it over a little too much, and it rolls out, but it gives you a 150-foot low up shot. There's definitely a ceiling coming up.
Yeah, I almost always play a skip shot for my second shot on this hole.
I do. I love watching Steve throw. He's got such a smooth release, and when his shot, lands, you're just like, wow, that was awesome, Steve. Great job. That tree right there is one of the most hit trees on the course, I would say.
I've seen some guys with big power throw a giant hyzer over that tree.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't have that.
I remember there's a long placement, and I remember when I was. Yeah, both me and Miles had really bad up shots right there, and just kind of. So now we're looking at this, 80-footer maybe for a par. Mm-hmm. That can be frustrating, We haven't bogeyed yet, so I don't think anyone on the card's bogeyed yet.
Smooth little flick.
Mm-hmm.
Little much.
I do love seeing the different lines on this hole. That's such a good run. Close. He almost kicked it in. Ooh. Yeah, about 60 feet, 70 feet maybe.
Is this for your par?
For the
You
par.
just nailed a 70-footer for par.
Yeah, the slow-mo was great right there. I was pretty amped. It was about 60 or 70 feet, I think. Maybe a little longer, but felt good. It was windy.
Man of commitment, purpose.
That one feels good. There it is. Nice putt.
Several people went long on this one.
They did, yeah. All of us. We are here to play this game. A lot of let's goes. A lot of scraping up pars on this hole. It's not an easy get. It's a tough
Really
birdie.
isn't.
This is another one
This
of those.
feels like an ace round.
Yeah. Oh, all day. Yep.
Over the top of it.
Yeah, I put a good move on it. It was a little too hard, but Miles puts a good move on this. Yeah, look at that. Just
Get
parked
it
it.
right up close.
Yep. Yeah, this is one of the really fun holes to play on the course. All the pin positions, but particularly the right position is just for us side armors. It's just a nice easy hyzer.
So this week, right behind that basket in those vines, somebody has put a bicycle, and it is inextricable. It is tied into those vines in a way that I can't see how you'd get it out. So it's art.
Ooh, that was such a good.
See that tangle of vines right behind the basket? That's
Yeah, I
where
got to
the
go out there.
bicycle is.
Yeah, go check it out today. So that's the thing though is like this hole is such a get. You want to run it, you want to put it up there, get the birdie, you want to ace run it. But really, those two trees right in the middle, right there, that Steve almost hit.
Yep.
Man, we drill those a lot. I drill those a lot.
You can see the scars on them.
Yeah, and then you shoot off to the right, and that wood is thick. It's jail back there. So for an easy get, you can definitely bogue this hole. But that's what makes it fun.
He'll have to putt through those vines.
Had some good ace runs. Always doing this one.
Close.
$30 years of birdies are right there in that putt.
Was that to take the lead from you? You guys birdied this one also.
Yeah,
so
Miles had that thing parked. I was about 20 feet away. Miles had it parked. Monroe. When Monroe's on, man. And Matt Matt Hawley and Dan Monroe were on today.
Well, you said it earlier. Anyone can have a hot day in this group.
There really is. It's funny. There's a lot of. I shouldn't say there's a lot of skill levels. I mean, we're all pretty solid at least.
Yeah.
We all have our moments.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I can be pretty bad out there, but we're solid disc golfers. We're I don't think we'll ever be on Joe Ma's lead coverage, but
Look at that flick out of Miles that almost
it was pretty.
hits the pin.
I liked this shot. I left it out a little left. That's my eagle, and
Feel
that's
like
what happens.
You have to almost hit those trees.
Yeah, you do. You got to put it up a little higher.
I just graze those trees and get knocked down.
Going for the low line. That was a cool play. He almost really had that. Monroe. Yeah, that's putting right there. No problem. Here's another really fun hole to throw. Really, there's 3 positions that are really gettable. There's a long spot that to me is not exactly gettable.
But
I've gotten it, once or twice in my life.
Yeah.
Over 17 years of playing disc golf, I've gotten that placement. But so that's definitely the play. If you don't hit your line right, you're hitting those trees right there and dropping. And so it's a pretty easy par. For Sunday, we don't have to worry about that OB, right? Because hey, it's Sunday.
look at that thing, Annie.
Yeah, that was a cool flight.
Was that a putter? I think that was a putter.
And then we had Tom O show up. So Tom O's going to play the floater role. He got his dog Ahsoka. So he's just basically gets to jump on whoever
needs him.
Yeah, whoever needs him, he's going to jump on and help them get their birdies or their pars. Let's get up shot. Oh, I thought that birdie couldn't miss today, John.
Sure enough, it
There
can.
it is. Nice. Scraping up some pars and some birdies right there. Miles was parked. That was awesome. Miles and I got a little streak going right now.
He yanked it a little right.
So this is another really great hole. If you can see, we actually switched over from the back course to the top course. For those who have been playing disc golf long enough,
But this
they
used to be on the back course.
Yep, exactly. Holes 5 and 6 are I say fairly new. 10 years now. I don't know. 8 years, 7 years,
10,
something.
12 years.
Yeah. But for those of us who have been playing, these Oakland courses for a long time, this used to be on the back, and so for the church route, we actually switch over
From
to
back
the
to front.
from the back to the front course right here, and then we play out the top. So this is hole 12 on the top. And it's a really fun, all the placements, they're all gettable, especially the right spot, but they're all gettable, and you just got to get through some trees. There's some lines down there, and you got to throw a good line and pray.
Look at Matt.
Oh,
almost
beautiful.
get a
Love
skip
it.
ace. Little early.
It's another one, though, too. Sometimes you feel like you want to take some off, and you pay the price for taking some off. I think Tom just didn't commit. He had some commitment issues there.
He was trying to throw an
Yeah, he was trying to flex that thing, and I threw that a little too far, but you wind up putting from the creek down there. It's 15 foot. It's not so bad. Definitely, it's a fun green. You wind up with a lot of putts like this. God,
Oh,
so
gosh,
close.
that was close.
It really was. You wind up with a lot
Right
of
on
putts
the
like
edge.
that. There's gaps you got to hit. Oh, Matt Hawley really wanted that one.
Nice looking step putt.
That was their drive, wasn't it? There you go. Look at that little sidearm putt. Mark's fun to watch, isn't he? But yeah, I think that was. I don't know if that was. I think that was Hawley's drive over there across the creek.
think it was.
That's a move.
Ron's just over there he's over there in his throne. That's where he's at.
Oh, that's right. Matt Hahn parked it, so he went on to the next
Oh,
hole.
that's right. He was just waiting for us.
Didn't even feel like watching us putt.
This is a pretty wide open fairway, but there's trees on all sides. It's easy to hit those trees. You really got to put a good shot on it. And then there's that cluster at the very bottom, like past the creek.
Yes.
That all kind of comes into play for all the placements. You want to avoid it at all
Three
costs.
blockers.
Yeah, you really, if you can get it across the creek on this hole, you're fine. You should be getting your par, no problem. Matt Hawley
This is a
really,
great
look
shot.
at that. Yeah, he boomed it up there. It's too far.
Well past it.
Yeah, he's 40 plus feet. Mr. Monroe trying to force flex. Fades out a little early, but... That's
early.
You'd like to not do that, but man, I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Yeah, Tom O put a locals only gap hit, but he did the same thing. It was great, and then he went too
40
far.
feet long.
Yeah, 40 plus feet long. Yeah, really fun to see those locals only gaps. You'll see that a lot.
WT went early, but he got through.
Yeah, if you get across the creek, even if you're early like that, but you get across, you usually still have a little line to get up to the pin. Those ones can sting. So this is Miles and I from the bridge. We both had good runs, but went 30 feet far. From yes, that's some church stuff right there.
That is some Sunday footing.
Some Sunday fun day. Yeah,
Great shot.
yeah,
from
it
there.
really was. Good up shot. So these guys are shooting for their deuces. That was a good run. So they got
From up by the long placement.
Monroe putting a rune on. Now I was pretty bummed out about that one.
that you made
I
that.
drilled middle pole and it didn't go in. I was pretty bummed about that one. That was our first bogey of the day right there. So you're welcome.
Looks like we're still at a three-way tie.
That was the first bogey of the whole day for all the cards right there. But hey, the chains giveth and the chains taketh away. This is one of those ones too. Another ace run, another really gettable hole, fun to throw.
I do like it when they use the extended basket on this one.
Yeah, the elevated baskets are fun. It does kind of put a little more. I hate to say it's easy. It's not an easy hole by any means, but it's one of the easier ones. And it's but when they put that elevated basket, it does make it fun.
Come out of it.
Bad
That's
kick.
a bad little kick.
Matt's another one of those guys. He doesn't look like he's throwing it that hard, but he's got such, look at that. He barely walked up at all, and he just put a move on it right to the basket. It's a great shot.
His backhands have gotten a lot better.
Yeah, they have. He's always had a monster forehand.
Monster forehand. That looks
nice.
really smooth.
Yeah, it was smooth. Miles has really good form. He puts in a lot of work with his form. He's got great form, and he put a nice smooth rip on that. I did not. It was bad. I tried
Just
to.
went straight up out
I
of
think
your
I said it
hand.
right there. That was gross. Oh, there it is, Jared. Nice putt. Yep. There it is.
This is where all the birdies start to pile up on the church route.
Yep.
Yeah, baby. All right. Got the star frame lined up?
I think we did get a star frame here, didn't we? Once again, we will take money from charity. A charity of your choice.
So relatively easy hole.
Relatively easy. The angle's pretty demanding. I feel like you got to hit the right angle. If you're not on it, you wind up, one of two ways: too far left, way too far right.
There used to be a route over the top, but the trees have gotten too tall.
That's the move. Yep. They also cleaned out this tree quite a bit. Took some bottom limbs off, which does help.
It was jail all the way to the ground before.
That tree right there used to be real tough. You got in there, it was even tough to get to the basket sometimes. It's a great shot, great roller. Yeah, I think this is one of those holes where it's like, it's pretty gettable.
Mark going around to everything.
Yep, he's trying to hit Kaper, man. Kaper putting himself out there on the line. Disc Golf Video League. Please go check it out. So yeah, getting yourself up for a putt is really what you want. That little casual sidearm. Tom O has a good move with his sidearm. Once again, he doesn't always look like he's going to put a lot of mustard on it, but he can put some mustard on it.
Even just with the wrist.
Yep. It was pretty breezy out there today, too. You kind of hear it.
That's why I was going for the skip shot. I didn't want to get it up in the air.
I threw my T-bird right there, and I felt like that was a pretty good shot.
Yeah, it was.
Putting for it.
You're in the circle.
Mm-hmm. Miles was better, though.
Really?
Yeah, you parked it.
Really?
Great shot, Miles. Yeah, I like to think I played pretty well today, but honestly, Miles was the star of our team. He put in some great shots out there. Hey, look at that slow-mo. Look at these. Look at these derelicts. Jared's having a good time. Look at him. Ooh.
Oh, right off the top of the cage.
But hurts. Everyone that plays disc golf knows that those hurt. Your team, not your team. Watching someone, hit pretty good amount of chains and not go in, it's always tough to watch.
It does hurt even watching
Yep.
it, doesn't it? I remember it used to hurt Eric Schradley when he played with us.
Mm-hmm. We miss you, Eric.
What do we get, 1 or 2 birdies there?
I don't know. I'd like to think I'm paying attention, but I'm kind of barely paying attention. I really like this hole. It's uphill. This pin placement's pretty far, so like that move was really great.
You've got that.
But it's a demanding line. You got to hit the line.
Forehand though.
Yeah, it's definitely like that forehand line that Miles tries to get too low, but like that's the line. You raise that up by 10 feet. That's how you get there. It's just tough to hit. I tried. This is what I do a lot. I don't quite commit. I did get around that tree, so
You
I'm
got
looking,
past that second seater?
looking right at the basket. So
I think mine skipped under it. WT's been working on his forehand lately.
Mm-hmm. The backhand line's really tough on this one. I mean, it's got to be really straight. But that's what happens a lot. That if you don't hit your line, you're hitting one of those first 2 trees, left or right side. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. That's one of those things. You're going to give yourself a circle 2 look. Should be up and down for par.
This is a good pull out of Mark.
Yep.
It skipped way up there.
Mm-hmm. And if you're on this long placement here, if you're sitting there in circle 2, 40 to 50 feet, you're
That's
happy.
a great
You're
drive.
happy, yeah. I mean,
That
I don't.
skipped right near the short placement.
Sometimes I always have to remember. You watch. Pros play disc golf, and you got to remember that like we're mere mortals. Throwing close to 300 feet uphill is tough.
Get it.
Oof. The clean look. So you'll notice me and Miles got our tied with Matt and Dan right now. John and WT are just a stroke behind, so we've had a pretty close battle. We've been talking a little bit of trash. Mainly just Matt Hawley, talking trash. No, I'm just kidding. He's always gunning for me. He wants to beat me every time, and he usually does. So, but yeah, so we were a stroke ahead. Matt and Dan caught us. They took another stroke on us
Was
there.
that a casual turbo putt out of you?
Yeah, I think so. I think we already made ours. I think it was parked. I think I'd like to just get in a little bit of turbo practice from time to time.
That is a pretty dog Tom has.
Yeah, Ahsoka. Yeah, she's actually a Jedi. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah, we're approaching hole 17. We're almost done with the round here. It's for about an hour-long video, maybe a little less. We were out there way longer than
We
that.
were not out there for an hour. I'd say we were pushing 4.5.
Yeah, 10 of us out there on this day. And then Tom showed up, so 11. This hole you want to get, it's an ace run. There's a lot of stuff to hit on your way there, but the line's there. It's an ace run.
It's a hyzer forehand.
Miles is doing this big bomb. If you got the big backhand hyzer, like it's the play. You can see he's coming back to it.
Didn't seem like the wind was right for it.
No, not
today.
quite, but it's there.
WT got over on it.
Mm-hmm. And that's, you'll see that because once again, you're trying to do a touchy shot because
saw
it's
what
not
he
super.
did.
Mm-hmm. And you tried to take a little off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing with these touchy shots, though, is if you're a little bit off on these touchy shots, you wind up doing what you did, sinking off to the fairway over there. Yeah, that's going to the, what hole is that, 11?
Yes.
10. That's 11, yeah. And then there's
a nice one out of Jared. Look
Jared almost
almost
aced it. It was a really beautiful shot. It's unfortunate rolled back to about circle's edge, maybe a little closer, but really great run.
Oh, here's another big hyzer around.
Matt Hahn has that big backhand hyzer, and he's putting a move on it. Yeah. So that line's there. It's if you got the power, might as well. Ooh, he had a little hyzer putt.
He was right behind that bush.
Last one right there can get tough. There's Miles. Nailed it. That's my partner. That keeps us, because Matt and Dan are up there parked, I think, so that keeps us at least a stroke by them. Oh, close. They were actually right next to us. That's right. But Dan, of course, nailed that putt, and they maintained their stroke lead. Oh, that one's
very tough engage.
Those ones sting. Those ones always feel like you just kind of, don't quite fully commit, and then you ask yourself the question when you get done with it, why didn't I commit to that?
I was definitely aiming low, trying to beat the wind.
There we go. Yeah. Church route.
Mm-hmm.
We do have we do play a made-up hole after this one a lot of times, but we don't do that one today. Well, not on camera, we don't.
Where you guys?
There we go, Kaper. Remember, Kaper, the DGVL, the Disc Golf Video League on Instagram. It's at Disc Golf Video League. Check them out on Facebook, YouTube, discgolfvideoleague.com. Friday singles rounds, Sunday doubles rounds. You guys got to check this guy out. You and your group can be on film, and you see how high quality this is. It's awesome. And really, thanks, Kaper. This was a lot of fun. We don't get to see ourselves on film that much. No one wants to film us play disc golf, John. Kaper might be a little crazy for wanting to film us play disc golf, but
I'm glad he did.
Yep. Forever, I've always thought of myself as one of the most average disc golfers in Columbia. Now that's immortalized as really some average level stuff. This hole 18, when it's this spot, it's just such an ace run. And shout out to Devin for acing it a few months ago. And I think, did someone else have an ace on this one? But maybe. It's definitely aceable. You want to get it. There's some longer placements that are definitely not nearly as gettable as this one is. But right now, we all want to run the pin.
It's just sitting right there.
Yep. We want to splash chains. Fix that. That wind is definitely ripping. I'm about done with the wind, John.
This was a great look.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, really good run there.
I went all the way around the tree.
Yep, there's that commitment.
Looking through the back door.
Yeah, behind it. So this was I think Matt and Dan were pretty much parked, I think. So we already lost to them. I'm glad you didn't show my putt. It was really bad.
I almost made that.
You were trying to hit that off the branch, weren't you?
I really was. I was aiming for that branch.
Well, what an awesome round. I think we play, 22 holes by the end of the day. Church round, you'll see us out there.
Did we not play the next hole?
I think we did. I don't think that's on camera, though. Yeah. Some of us did. I had to get out of there, but you guys will see us out there. Say hi to us.
I think the next hole's on UDisc, though. I think Roro put it on.
Yeah, Roro Miles did that. You can see the church route when you go up there. That's the church route, guys. And the last hole, we go up there and we play next to, there's a rock pile and trash can up there. We played a hole 18. As long as no one's playing on the back there, we played a hole 18 there. And that's the last hole of church round. Anyway, that was a lot of fun.
That was really fun. I'm glad we.
Yeah, when you're out there on Sunday morning, we will let you play through. We know there's 10 of us out there. Where please play through us. Don't be intimidated.
I think we only had to let 3 groups.
Yeah, there was 3 groups play. A few of them didn't want to play through with the camera out there and stuff, but but I'll once again shout out to Casey Kaper for coming out here and filming. Love you, buddy.